Hello and welcome everyone. This is Rio from RIOLOGY, and finally here is the full review of the Specht Sohne homage of the Vacheron Constantin 2215, also known as the Royal Chronometer. And today on my wrist is another Specht Sohne upcoming review on this one, hopefully by the end of next week. So stay subscribed if you're interested for that, and stay tuned. Also, other watches are coming up for review. Also, check out old videos of other watches I've reviewed. So far, mainly from the same brand, but it's partly due to that I have very good experience with this brand. So, if you're interested. However, let's get ahead with the review, and I hope to keep your focus through all the video. I'll do my best. I'll keep it short. However, well, let's start with the price. What did I pay for this? I paid under 80 USD, excluding taxes, which, yeah, I'll go into the value later on, but that's what I paid basically. And the link for where I bought this from will be down below, and it will be the link with the best prices that you can find. It will be directly to the manufacturer of this watch. So price-wise and customer support-wise, it will be the best place to buy this watch from. However, I have to tell you guys, the link is affiliate. It's an affiliate link. That means that I get a small kickback if you use that link. But for you guys, you do not pay any extra. The cost is on AliExpress and not you guys, so not to worry about that. What you should be worried about is that I will be able to afford more watches to review for you guys, and you would be forced to like more watches to buy and add to your wish list. So keep that in mind. However, so let's start with specifications and all the technicalities. And material wise, what we have protecting the dial here is a sapphire crystal. Very scratch resistant. It's the most scratch resistant crystal that you can find on a watch. And then material wise, all the metal that you see here is gonna be real solid 316L stainless steel. I know that's nothing really to brag about, but you would be surprised to find how many watches, even more expensive than this, that you would find with some cheap metals that are basically chrome plated, or plastics that are chrome plated. So it's reassuring and nice to know that this will be solid 316L stainless steel. You will not have any issues with toxicity, and you will be able to wear it for a long time. So we're off to a good start. Let's check what's moving this watch. Inside here, we do have an automatic Seiko made NH35. So it's a Japanese movement that is known to be very reliable, and people have shared their experience with this movement specifically, that they have had it for decades and not having had to service it, and the watch has still been running fine. So material wise, movement wise, this watch should last you for a very long time. Not to worry. So material and movement we're done with. What's next? Dimensions, of course. So here we have my plastic caliper loaded with battery. Let's start with the thickness, or should I say thinness. 11.2, very thin watch. Despite being an automatic, I'm really impressed. Then also we have the width of the watch itself. It's gonna be 38. That's good to know, and that will suit most of the wrist sizes that you guys come with, even girls maybe. And then we have the lug to lug on the case itself, 44.1. And then we have the lug to lug on the first links, it's gonna be 48.7. So another very important dimension, guys and girls and ladies, of course, it's gonna be the articulation. How much does it articulate and how wide is that? So your wrist would have to be a minimum of 48.4 millimeter in width. So you measure like this. For me, it's roughly around 60, but make sure to have at least 49.50 if you're interested in this watch and want to have a good fit. Another dimensions, I'm sure someone's gonna ask, so why not? 5.9 crown, first link in width 13.4. The edge link It's gonna be in width 25 roughly. That's all the dimension I think that you could be interested in. Anything else, comment down below and I'll measure that for you, no problem. All right, now we have the dimensions. Now let's discuss all the features on this watch. So let's start with the dial. What do we have here? The date is about to change now because we're almost at 12 o'clock. So normally the time here is perfectly centered. And setting the time, I just show you this is a screw-in crown, so that's a nice feature. So let's change the time. Now we have another date, and just let's make it look symmetrical, more pleasing to the eye, right? So I discussed the screw-in crown. We also have a screw-in case back. So let me just screw back in the crown, screw it back, and the screw-in crown in combination with the screw-in case back and the see-through case back, so you can see the movement, provides a water resistance of 50 meters. So this should be able to withstand all your daily activities, but I don't recommend you go diving with it. All right, guys? Washing your hands, washing it, standing out in the rain, maybe swimming in a pool, not diving. Maybe you can do that. You should have no issues. All right, let's go back to the dial. What do we have? We have nice symmetry. They chose to put the date at the 6 o'clock, which is my favorite spot to put a date, because now they also provide nice symmetry with the 12 indices there. And also talking about the date, we can see that it's metal framed, a really nice touch, and it makes the watch look even more expensive. Talking about the indices and hands, you can see that they're loomed. So we have loom on this watch as well. That's a nice touch. Another feature, the finishing on the dial itself, you can see that it's brown and it has a metal sheen to it, which is very nice and plays with the light very nicely. I like that personally. However, finishing itself, you can see that it has those Geneva stripes, and that's what gives this watch such a unique character. I love that. And yeah, that's up to you if you love that or not, but for me, I love that. However, feature-wise, let's go ahead. Oh, I didn't screw in this properly. Did I? No, it's screwed in. All right. What do we have here? We have an integrated bracelet. I love integrated bracelets, and they're all the hype right now, so why not? We have a butterfly clasp. Maybe not everyone's favorite, but if you get a good fit, that's definitely my favorite, because it makes the clasp, if you have a clasp, it's gonna sit higher. This one sits much closer to the wrist, and you can see on this watch, it's basically the same bracelet and clasp. And when I am like next working on the computer or something, it doesn't bother me at all, as opposed to having a thick clasp. So that's the positives about having a butterfly clasp. However, everyone's likes different things, so whatever. Let's get ahead. Feature-wise, what else do we have? Yes, I told you about the see-through case back. Yes, here we do have split pins. So if you want to resize the bracelet, you do get a free tool included with a box. So you don't have to worry to provide any tools yourself. You can do this at home. It's really easy. Do you want me to make a video of that? Of course, comment down below. I'll do a video for you guys how to resize the bracelet, but it should be very, very easy. All right. Now, functions, all that, I think I haven't missed nothing. So let's get ahead with the finishing. Finishing, how is it? Well, on the top of the bezel here, we can see that we have a vertical brush that matches the vertical brushing on the case and the bracelet. So we have a nice continuous line all around. Also, the side of the watch case has the vertical brushing, watching it from this orientation, also the other side. So the side and edge of the bezel will be polished. And here you have like sharp looking edges, which provides some nice masculinity and some nice hormones to your wrist. Well, that's an inside joke, but that's some advertising that the brand made sometime, and it was very funny. But yeah, that's a nice feature to have those sharp edges. Then we have the polishing on the side here of the case that follows along with the bracelet and goes all the way around. So that's also another nice combination of brushed and polishing. Then we have the edge links that I discussed. They're vertically brushed, but the square links in betweens are polished. So all in all, you're gonna get nice light play. You're gonna get nice luster with this watch and with the choice of finishing. Really nice. I'm really impressed. All right, guys, that's all the technicalities. Let's go in to my evaluation of, let's start with value. So what I mentioned material-wise, you get all the good materials that you want for a very low price. You get a very reliable, good movement. They have not skimped out and put a cheap movement. No, they've put a proper movement in this one and kept the price very low. What the whole package, the value package for everything you get, the finishing, the material, the movement, all that for under $80 without any sale, excluding taxes, of course. Value, I give this one a solid 9 out of 10. Like 9 out of 10. I haven't seen any watch with these specifications, with this level of finishing, with this amount of different finishing for this price ever. So let's go ahead. Now we're done with value, 9 out of 10. Comfortability. I'll give this one an 8, solid 8 out of 10, not just an 8. Because partly due to how thin it is, despite being an automatic, and the case back, you can see the shape here. It's angled here with a edge so that it helps sinks into your wrist. And talking about wrist and comfortability, this is how it sits on my 18 centimeter wrist, or 7.1 inches in circumference. This is how it looks on me. And the thinness of the watch, and you can see that it really sinks into my wrist. So it looks even thinner than what it is already. That makes the watch not jiggling around very much. It makes it not being very top heavy. In combination with the bracelet and butterfly clasp, it sits very, very close to my wrist, and you don't have any gravitational forces as it would if it sat higher. So comfortability wise, it's been really nice. I've been wearing this throughout my sleeps, throughout my working days. I wear this on the office desk, no issues. I don't remove it. I don't remove it while sleeping. I only remove it when showering because I want to clean my wrist, guys. Stay clean. Jokes aside. Yeah, well, I was not joking. I am removing it while showering, but yeah, you could, if you want, use it while showering, but make sure your wrists are clean, guys. Comfortability rating, a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, it just sits so well on my wrist. Yeah, that's why I gave it such a high rating. All right, third thing I want to go into is the design. Of course, this is a homage watch. This is not an original design, so take it for what it is. But I do love the design of this watch, the unique shaped case, the Geneva striped metal sheen brown color. I mean, it's such a good looking watch to my eyes, to my heart, to my liking. You might feel something different, but to me, design wise, this is really, really nice to me. Can't stress that enough. I'm really happy with how this watch looks in its entirety. All right, now I discussed all those 3 points. Let's go ahead with some flaws. And I really tried so hard, guys, to find all the flaws I could for this review. What I've come up with, no deal breaker for me at all, but let's get ahead with it. You have the minute hand, You can see there you have like a dust particle, now covered by the second sand, but there you can see it. Also, but it's not bothered me personally, so just for you guys to know, maybe it bothers you, I don't know. Then you have the bracelet. You see it's not very tightly integrated with the case. There is some spacing here. I talked with the manufacturer. He basically explained to me that it's to make sure that you can articulate the bracelet to fit for many different sizes of wrist. So for me, that's totally okay. For you guys, I don't know. That's up to you to value. So these are the two minor flaws for me. Maybe they're major for you, but for me, they don't bother me. The third one, you can see here at the end of the first link, it's chamfered, and I don't know why really, but it's consistently done on all four sides. So there should be a reason why they do this. Maybe to match the width of the bracelet and case, I don't know. But it is there. Nothing that bothered me, but I was really looking for it to find it. So after close inspection, wearing it every day today, none of these flaws ever bothered me for the whole week, and I don't think it will bother me out of the blue anyway anytime soon. Anyways, so that's the negatives about this watch. I would say, if it bothers you, good to know. The positives, I said already: the value, the comfort, the design. For me, I don't know you guys, but if you're not into this design, review coming up. Subscribe, of course. Other watches I've reviewed as well. Maybe this is not your taste, but if it is, and I'm sure it is, because you wouldn't say for 17 minutes if it weren't. So anyways, guys, it's the beginning of 2024 now, and I do wish you the best every year, of course, and next year to be even better, of course. I wish you all the good health and happiness this year. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying for 17 plus minutes. I'm impressed, guys. Anyways, enjoy. I'm gonna shut my mouth now and let you enjoy it in close up, close detail. Best wishes, guys. See ya. Peace out.